in most of our presentations, we talk about rape culture. So how many of you guys know what rape culture is? Does anyone have any idea? Yes, you in the back.
Me in the back. Well,
What's your name?
Samantha.
Samantha.
And I'm the advisor for the peer educator group.
Oh, so she definitely knows.
Yeah, rape culture is, well, basically our entire culture is a rape culture because it is patriarchal and by nature can't help but be something that controls women's bodies. So anything that controls women's bodies and women's sexuality leads to violence against them.
Yeah. And it leads to rape being perpetuated and continuing on without it being viewed as the terrible crime that it is. So before we continue, let's talk about some examples of rape culture. So does anyone have any idea? So based on that description that we just gave and what I just said, can anyone think of maybe an idea of what an example of rape culture might be? It's in songs, movies.
Blurred lines.
Blurred lines. You guys heard that song before? What are some phrases in that could possibly be or are definitely rape culture in orientation? Anyone? How about the phrase, I know you want it? I know you want it. But you're a good girl. And so basically that whole thing hinges on the premise that no means yes. So, rape culture. And forgive me, my writing on these things is terrible. So, and yeah, I usually stay away from writing on here and I give it to someone else. But so first one we have no means yes. So it goes like, no, but she really means yes, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's part of rape culture. What are some other things? Does anyone have anything? Anything, please.
She shouldn't have been wearing that.
She shouldn't have been wearing that. So victim blaming.
Shouldn't have been there.
So we have victim blaming. Victim blaming is when we look and so the questions are directed towards the victim instead of the perpetrator. It comes down to, what were you wearing the night you were raped? Why were you doing this the night where you were raped? Why you? Why you? Why you? What you? How you? Blah, 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 blah. And none of the questions are ever about, hey, what did the perpetrator look like? They're the ones at fault here, not you. You're just a victim. It's not your fault. And so, like we were talking about earlier, rape culture, it's where the victim is dehumanized, and also it's where they're not viewed as a victim. They're viewed as the instigator themselves. She shouldn't have been wearing that. She shouldn't have been doing that. And when I say she, I realize that we all realize, and we make sure to point this out at the beginning of our presentations, that 7 to 10% of sexual assault cases are men that are victims. And so when we say she, it's mostly because we're talking about sexual assault and rape on college campuses, because in general, the vast majority of it is against women, perpetrated by men. So anyway, is there anything else? Maybe any other?
Mixed signals.
Mixed signals, so kind of what we were talking about with blurred lines, talking about, oh, well, she didn't say no, so that must mean yes. And so what we like to say is we say, here's the rule. Instead of no means no, that has been perpetrated a lot, we like to say this, yes means yes. There's a definite consent. And in order for there to be any type of consent, just to make sure there's avoid the idea of no consent, because without consent, it's rape. That's just the fact of the matter. So in order for it to be consensual sex, there has to be consent, obviously. Otherwise, it's not consensual sex. It's just sex. Ergo, rape. So there has to be yes means yes by both parties. Okay. Does anyone have any questions over that real quick? Okay. And so a few quick facts real quick just to kind of, why are we doing this? Why is this important? Well, 6% of men raped. So that's, in all the statistics that have been done, around 6% of men raped. However, 1 in 4 women on college campuses are raped. So what does that mean? Do I?
More likely to happen on campus.
Yes, but what about the two statistics right there? I said 1 in 4, so 25% of women are raped, and 6% of men are doing the raping. What does that mean? They do it over and over and over. Why? Because no one ever points them out. Rape culture. No one ever stops them. No one ever stands up for the victim. And so because no one ever stands up for one victim, no one ever stands up for a second victim, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth, or a sixth, or a seventh. By the time a serial rapist is around 30, they will have upwards of 14 victims. One guy, 14 victims, 14 girls that should have never been raped. And so that's why this is really important to us. That's why we're here, and that's why we're giving this presentation right now. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to my partners,
Friends and colleagues.
my friends and colleagues, Brooks and Shelby. They're going to talk about memes.
So do you guys know what memes are? I mean, everybody pretty much has at this point, at least if you've logged into a computer since like 2005. So a meme, for those of you who don't know, a meme is like an artifact of pop culture pretty much, and it's usually an image of pretty much anything. There's no specific template, and like overlaid with text that makes a joke or conveys a point or something. And
So we use them to try to bring attention to rape culture because, like Nick said, it's something that's overlooked and a lot of people aren't aware of it. And we figure by making memes about them and putting them around campus that it'll grab people's attention. We've gotten all kinds of feedback about it, negative and positive.
they're so like popular at this point that we feel it's a really easy way to reach a like, big number of people and get our message out without like too in depth. The person who reads the meme doesn't have to be too involved. You just get to read it and you get the message, or you get the joke, etc. These are examples of some of the memes that we've made for our meme project. I was going to just pass these around. Okay. So those are our examples. The positives of that, like I said, is that it's easy to get it out and get it out fast. I mean, you can create 10 of those in an hour if you have the creative spark at the time. And then they're easy to just print out and hand out around campus. We put them up on bulletin boards in the Union here and over at the Science Engineering building. Pretty much every building on campus has one of our flyers. And then every week we also put out these table tents. Oh wait, these are the cards. The table tents are basically like this. They're just the meme on both sides. We set them up on the tables at the campus dining halls so that when people are eating, they see our memes and get our message, and like it's shoved in their face. Like everybody goes to the dining halls, everybody eats food at some point on college, and so it's there.
Okay, so we basically just focus on rape culture memes, but there's memes out there like for everything. So I just decided to print some off for like some memes that were like hurting like your guys' cause, whether it be like alcohol awareness or sexual wellness or something like that. So here's some. This is like, just finish a drink, and get another drink. So, and then I have some also countering. Okay, so like this one is like, girlfriend has to buy a condom. Nobody's got time for that. So stuff like that, and like, okay, here's for tobacco. says smoking is like food to me, tobacco is my favorite vegetable. So, I mean, that's just hurting everyone's cause. Here's like, girlfriend says no to sex, rape her. So that's just hurting us because it says that this is okay, like we take rape as a joke. And so culture is perpetuating that.
We feel like if we can get our memes into the same places where those memes are, that it'll at least help balance it out, so it's not all negative messages, or we can put positive messages in there as well.
Right. And we do that, yeah, like I was saying earlier, and like they've been saying now, is that because it's been perpetuated in a rape culture where it's, oh, rape, instead of rape, serious. And so that's what we've been doing, is we've been putting it out there and trying to balance it out. And so I think that's probably one of the great things about memes, is that since they're a very overarching thing, everyone can relate to them. Because you're like, oh, I've seen that one before. And then when you read it, you're like, oh, that's good. I like that.
So I have some memes that are like countering, like this one, it says, you get a condom, you get a condom, everybody gets a condom. So it's like, you can use memes like that to promote your, promote your message. And you just pass it
on. So we've got some blank meme templates that if you guys want to get into groups, you guys can. Yeah. Right. But you can work in groups if you'd like, and because everyone's seen, we've got a couple different types of memes. Have you guys all seen this one before? He's like sarcastic. So you guys can do that one. You guys seen like the Hey Girl Ryan Gosling? Okay, we've got that. The what if I told you that? I don't even know what this is from. I've never seen The Matrix. But I have seen this meme, and I get it. And then let's see.
There's just three. There's
Okay, we do the only two we've got. But we can pass these out, and you guys can work on them if you'd like.
You guys, why don't you pair up with like 3-4 people, and we'll give each group a meme, and you guys, you can tailor it to what we've been talking about. So
We'll put these on the back table, and then you guys can go and grab them.
Pick your messages, so.
and you can tailor it to your peer educator group, or you can do it to ours. We're just showing you that it's very easy. Oh, that fits. So, arise and migrate. Don't worry, we'll be coming back to this.
Feeling so grounded.
Great, so let's go first.
We're just gonna do one meme from each one. So mine was the Willy Wonka one, and I said, so you got her consent from the river. Ryan Gosling.
She said this guy.
Okay, girl, I got some ways to manage your stress.
Okay, so I used the Matrix one, and I thought I'm actually going to use this for my school.
Here comes the cry.
Yeah. No, it's what if I told you it doesn't matter how many condoms you take as long as you use them. We always have people that are hesitant to take condoms, and we're giving them out. As long as you use them, we don't care.
Great.
And we're actually going to tape all these up, so once you guys get done, you can come up here and look at all the ones you guys created. So, what group's next? You guys up? Let's give it up for that last group real quick. Okay. Team 2.
Alright, First one is, oh, you smoke. Tell me more about the chemicals in your cigarette.
Nice.
So number one, with the Matrix, it says, what if I told you that condoms have expiration dates? She said no. Time to take a step back.
Very good, yeah.
And, oh, so you're having sex. Tell me more about the protection you're not using.
Nice.
It says, oh, it smells funky. Wrap that monkey.
Awesome. So give it up for that group. Good job. What's next? Who's next? What group?
Sorry. Our matrix one. Huh? Our matrix one says, what if I told you that rape does not equal consent? This one says, hey girl, how do you want it? Safe? Nice. This one says, dodging bullets, wrap it up. And this one, the one that says, okay. Oh, so you want to have unprotected sex? Please tell me how that works out for you.
Not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna like some of these things. Some of these ones.
All right, our first one, Ryan Gosling says, hey girl, it's just beer goggles. Talk about determined judgment. This one I like. It says, red pill, blue pill, could be a drug issue.
Then, what do you want? So you drink till you see little orange people. Cirrhosis.
Who's next? Do we only have one more group left? I think so.
I'm sharing.
Let's hot.
I do not.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Okay, so our school's kind of working on student recovery, so that's focus. One of the things. Yeah. So mine, maybe you guys can help me, but I'm thinking like, you're still in college, you can't be an alcoholic, because we hear that a lot. So going until you're under a bridge to get home. So.
And we got one with Marcus here. What if I told you that addiction is not a character flaw and recovery is possible?
Nice.
And this one's, we thought we would hang the apology department. Hey, Homo sapien. Did you know that gender is just a social construct?
Nice.
No, you're good.
That's your job.
Okay. You don't live under a bridge, then how are you an alcoholic?
Kind of change the idea of what people with addictions look like. Losing touch with reality, maybe it was the pills. Only real women have curves? I thought all women were real.
Once again, great job, everyone. Give yourself a hand. That was a great job. And there's one last thing that I remembered while we were doing all this. As you saw, there's many different ways to use these memes. And so, one thing about that though is that, sometimes people are going to be like, oh, you didn't use that meme correctly. You're always going to have naysayers. We have our fair share. We also have our fair share of people that come and say thank you for putting this out there. If you didn't put it out there, we wouldn't be talking about it at all, ever. And so, hopefully, through this presentation and through all this, I hope you guys have fun. Because it was fun just going around to each group, and you guys are all laughing and giggling and everything, especially that group back there. I'm going to come back here, giggles. And, yeah, so, thank you guys.
If you guys are more interested in the things that we do and the memes we put out, and want to keep up with the rest of our projects, you can visit us at our social media sites. For Facebook, it's respect, in parentheses, University of Arkansas. And then Twitter is UARK Respect. And Pinterest is, again, UARK Respect. And then YouTube is U of A Respect.
Any questions before we dismiss? Is there anything? Yes?
Do you have an Instagram something?
I was just commenting.
We do have an Instagram account, but we don't use
Use it
it.
very much.
We also have a Tumblr account that runs, but not a lot of people follow us on those. Our main ones for the memes especially are the Pinterest and Facebook. So we run those.
We have a month of memes coming up for March, so we're gonna put out a meme every day.
Month of memes.
Yes, so we got 30 memes that we're gonna share.
We want you to steal this too. We hope that this
Yeah.
makes it to yours campus and that we can take over, so when people Google memes, that these positive, healthy ones pop up. So put as many out there. Memegenerator.com is a great one to help you make it.
And that's the coolest thing about the memes, is that we can put them out in so many different outlets.
There's
We-
so
And it's so easy to make.
Yeah.
And one other cool thing that I was telling the group back there about is that, once again, you don't always have to use a meme that's already been around. Make your own. How did these memes come around in the first place? Someone was like, hey, I like that phrase. Let's use it this way. And so feel free to do that with your memes. Like, take something that possibly everyone's heard or seen, or something that no one's seen before. You know, just fiddle around with it. That's the whole point behind this. It's flexible. You can do anything you want with it. So, any more questions? Comments? Concerns? Smart aleck remarks? Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. We'll be around if you want to talk, and feel free to take pictures of all these. Feel free to come up here and look at them. And I really appreciate your audience. Great job, guys.